It's time to gather together. Hi there, I'm Yelta, and I'll be buying the first round while we chat about Final Fantasy XIV. This is episode 199. Pull up a chair and join us. On the menu tonight, new optional items are available. Patch 5.2 Echoes of a Fallen Star site update. We have Developers' Diaries. The big news is patch 5.21 notes. Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers EP available for download. The Unending Journey in the Wolf's Den live stream adventures with the community team. Ishgardian Restoration, Skybuilder rankings, and Thursday, March 19th. But first, let's shoot the shit. What has been going on the last, well I guess 2 weeks now.
My
or
God.
So. I know,
Yelta.
right? I know.
Hold on.
I feel so
have
bad.
I have a prop ready. This
You have
is
a
me
prop.
cracking open a beer. Because this shit has gotten real over the last 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess, first off, let's address the elephant in the room. The virus, coronavirus. Please be safe. Follow CDC protocols. Listen to our podcast nonstop while you're self-quarantining. Bring our views up, our listens up. No, take care of yourself. Wash your hands thoroughly. Don't get in contact with elders or others. Do your social distancing, all the good stuff. I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV, and I'm telling you right now, you need to follow the CDC's advice. But that's not necessarily why we've been gone for as long as we have. Yelta has been ill. I'm sorry, Yelta, that you have been feeling terrible lately.
Joy.
But she is with us, and so there may be portions of tonight's broadcast that she kicks it over to me, depending on how she feels. But I've been healthy as a horse. I've been eating like a horse. Probably need to lose a little weight. You know, the self-quarantine, you just sit in... there's no toilet paper, but there's fucking chips. So we just grabbed as many snacks as possible on our last run, and we've just been, Netflixing and Overwatching and 14ing while we're eating potato chips. Those new Cool Ranch go hard with the extra flavor blast on them. I've been appreciating those.
I have not seen these.
You got to try. They don't really label it big time. It's just like a tiny in the corner. It's like with extra Cool Ranch. I don't know why they don't blast it on the bag like they do the other flavors. Welcome to the Doritos podcast. I'm your host, Rubicon Dale. But so just chilling, but we're trying to take care of ourselves. So I've been able to play. I'm not home from work. I'm not doing a work from home thing yet. It may be happening in the near future, but for now, I'm still going in. I'm in a contained office. I don't have any outside contact, even though my job is about outside contact. I don't have a whole lot of it now because everything in their mom is shut down. So been playing lots of Final Fantasy. Trying to keep my mind right. Had a good run the other night. I'm so sorry Yelta could not be a part of it, but I got my Ruby X clear. Yay. And we ran 10 times to make sure I had enough totems to get my summoner book. So that's a go. It did not drop for me in 10 runs. We ran just 10, 8 with our main free company group, and then somebody had to drop for bed, so we pulled in our dear friend Rayo, who punches things so hard that we don't see second phases of stuff. Things melt. So that was fantastic. But the craziest part, Yelta, out of all of this, and I know you're upset to hear this, is that in 10 runs, we saw 4 dragons drop, 4 whistles drop, the Guivers, whatever they're called. They dropped 40% drop rate. I don't know why people bitch about not getting mounts. It's a 40% drop rate. Okay, get real. This is easy shit. I don't know why. You guys need to be bringing me to your runs. Is apparently what needs to happen. When I broke that bad luck streak, when you drug me down into that map run a couple of weeks ago, it's on. So very happy to have been a part. I did not win. I got my clear. I'm fine. I got my book. 2 books. I got a scholar book as well. And c'est la vie. I'm happy, but 4 free company members ended up with a whistle. So Yelta, you're next. I'm sure. We all said it. If you were here, you would have gotten all 4. So thanks for not showing up. But it was a fun time. It was good. No wipes. It felt good. My DPS was good. It wasn't the greatest parse, but I think there were some blue parses there. I'll take it. And there were people going for Summoner. Jesus Christ, Summoner's broken. Um, it is. It's fun though. But that's not all. I swore to myself I would do more PvP in the near future. Now I have not worked up to the feast, and I don't really care for robots in disguise. So I am more into the new Frontlines map, the one and only right now. It's fun to me because it's got that mix of the other front lines and it's so fast. I have run this on Summoner, of course. I like Summoner, but I've been really digging Bard on it. I love to root people in this. It's so much fun. And then I'll kamikaze myself and I'll just blast um, arrows and run into the big Uvu or whatever. So everybody's trying to get that middle one. I'll just go commando and run in there and just spray, so people can't hit it. And then, either I'll die or somebody will pull me back or something like that. And everything works out. It's fun. I don't get really pissed unless I did a match last night. So I tried tank last night and I really enjoyed it. There's some nuances about tank I don't understand because I don't play a tank. But I was starting to feel, okay, there's an AoE rotation, there's this, I could pop this and use my magic for free 3 times in a row, da da da. So I'm trying to figure it out while I'm going into it. But I felt like my team threw. Like they completely didn't do anything. Midway through the match, we were at 0 points, and I could not understand. A lot of times when you run in, if you're with a good group, yeah, you got a core that'll go to that first easy spot, but your group will split into 2 and start heading for a couple of ones stretched out because you're going to get into the mix with another group, but you want to hold that spot before they get there, right? Not this group. And I was on the fucking Maelstrom too. They didn't do anything. They'd go to the first spot and they would sit. So I ran ahead because I'm with good groups a lot of times. I run ahead and I'm a tank. Back me up, bitches. No, they don't do shit. I'm out there by myself, a lone ranger. I can't stand it. So I'm trying to run with them. So I get on my horse. I love to ride Nightmare when I'm on PvP. And I'm on Nightmare and I'm running back and forth like, because I'll do this circle thing around the Uvu, like, all right, I'm gearing up for who's going to come up, and I'll jump on them before they come up. And I'm like, all right, when's the crew going to start running a different direction? And they never go. And they were all scattered out. And I was like, God, this is stupid. This is so dumb. So that part pisses me off. But for the most part, I've been having a lot of fun in PvP. I run it every day. I think I ran it every day last week. It's, that for that experience bonus. And I've been getting those tomes or whatever, the PvP wolf marks, right? Dude, the Shadowbringers PvP gear is cool looking. There is some really nice looking PvP gear. Of course, it's all level 1. You can glamour it and all that good shit. It's not, not good for PvP. It's just glamour. But it looks great. So I bought the Summoner one at first. I think I bought the Summoner one. Bits and pieces of it, maybe. And I like the way it looks. Oh, no. I didn't buy the Summoner one. I didn't buy the Caster one. I bought the Healer one. They both look the same, but the Healer one is a little lighter in color. Of course, it can be dyed. And there may be some small nuances, but it looks to me like a green beret kind of outfit. Like it's got this kind of corporal kind of chevron V thing on the back and on the side. So it's got this military type look, and it's got a beret and with a little headset, like a mouthpiece kind of thing. And it looks neat. So I put it on my Scholar. It looks pretty cool. I will say that I don't have it, but I tried the new dyes on it just to look at it. Oh my, those new dyes are so fucking good. I love all those new dyes so much. I'm not paying 500K for a fucking new dye though. You can eat that shit. So I bought the tank one. The tank one looks badass. You're like some robot ninja looking shit. It is so cool looking. So I picked that one up. And PvP, it's got some good stuff to it, at least for one run during peak times. And it only takes me 5 minutes to get into it. I don't know why people bitch now. It actually pops pretty fast on peak times. So that was great. And then the only other thing I'll say, I'll throw this in there. I'm I-482 just because, working on my gear. I'm actually getting somewhere. Ruby is actually playing Final Fantasy XIV. It's good. I raised a healer in an E5N, and I got no commendations, and I'm mad. And the reason I'm mad, there's a story to this. Yelta, I've told you the story, but I'm willing to get. Let me swig this beer. I'm ready to get emotional again about this because it pissed me off so bad. What had happened was, I was in an E5 normal, trying to get my drop, and it starts. Nobody does anything for about 5 seconds, maybe 7, and then the tank, without a countdown, runs up and pulls. I'll say this again. This is E5 normal.
Normal, right? This is just like barely harder than a dungeon.
I just wiped the drool from my chin, and I pushed the buttons with my face, and I still cleared it. So E5 normal, 7 seconds go by, the tank runs up and pulls it, and the scholar immediately types in chat, no cooldown, no heals, and fakes a disconnect. Well, actually, I think he jumped. And then disconnected. And it was, what the fuck? Now, without missing a beat, the team just kept going. We just went. Somebody threw the raise on him. He didn't accept it. He laid there, didn't accept it, and then DC'd. We kept going. Nobody said a fucking word. We went and went and went and went and went. The guy logged back in, saw that we were still in it, logged off. We did not wipe. We cleared it. Nice. And in the last 5 to 10%, the solo healer died, yelled, "Summoner, raise me." I raised the healer. They died again. I raised the healer. We cleared. And I got no commendations. So fuck the first healer and kind of fuck the second healer. But I do appreciate their ganbate. I appreciate they went for it, and they did well, except for dying at 7% or whatever. But yeah, we did it. It's fine. Fuck that first guy though. I reported, and I typed in the chat after we cleared it, report da da da, because fuck that guy. And I reported it. I got a GM response, and all's good. So, report shitty people. To me, that's shitty. You don't just fake a disconnect because you didn't like that there wasn't a countdown on E5 normal. Anyway, it's the toxic casual. We all know who the real enemy is. It's the toxic casual. It's somebody who can barely wipe their nose, and they think that they're great, and they want to play high and mighty over no countdown in E5 normal. I hope you got a 2-day suspension or some shit. At least put you in the jail and make you put your nose in the corner. Something. Anyway. It's been a good week though. I like light drama. It's okay to have a little bit of something going on. A little bit
of light drama. Kind of
light drama's fine,
right?
I mean, we're not talking about Reen dressed up like Shiva anymore, so I'm okay with that. All the official forums have been a hotbed for our summoners too overpowered, and when are they gonna power up the range DPS? That's the flavor of the week on the official forums. But life is good. Everybody's happy. Yelta, I am so glad you're here. I'm glad you're feeling better.
You.
Talk as much as you can. Tell us about your week in bed. I don't know.
The last time I played Final Fantasy before I got good and sick, and I don't want to dwell on that, but it was like flu-like symptoms, and now I have pneumonia. So I have meds. I'm on the mend. Everything's good, but I'm still really tired. So I've mostly been doing, easy stuff. But I think on the 10th, we tried to raid. It just wasn't happening. The Ishgardian restoration stuff had rolled out that day. I don't know if the servers were really, really fried or what, but I didn't even get to do Eden Savage. It just was not happening. We put in a lot of tries, but it just wasn't happening. And then I was sick. Let's see. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I kind of remember Saturday. I kind of remember Sunday. I don't think I played again. I think I might have played a little bit on Sunday night or something. Hopped on like a zombie. Decided Ishgard Restoration. That's something I could do when I wasn't feeling my best. So I've been doing that. Go in to the item, gather for a while. It's not good content, guys. It's kind of boring. But it's something I can do when I'm chilling. The chat in there is pretty good. You're in there, you get like a 3-hour timer, and people just chit chat the whole time. So I go in, gather some stuff, come back out, craft it up, and turn it in. And then you have, of course, the Ishgard, whatever the script is. I can't remember the name of it. I got a bunch of that, and so was able to buy some things. And then some of the Kupo scratch-offs. I was able to win some stuff there, too. So I wasn't completely useless, I guess. I didn't really get much done last week at all. I didn't cap. Luckily, when I did get home on Tuesday, that week Tuesday, I had run all 4 floors of normal and gotten my drops and had done all that. But I did not cap last week. I don't know if I'll cap this week. We'll see what happens. But I did get. Let me see. I got the Saber Pup Minion. I got the Dommel and the Albino Carcool mounts. And someone sent me the blue umbrella, and I've since then won one. And then I got the bread, the reed, and the insist emotes. So I actually been getting some of the good stuff out of there. The Dommel is actually one of the first prizes, so that's pretty cool.
Cool. I've seen a lot of Dommels in the PvP. I saw a lot of Dommel mounts.
Yeah, I noticed. Somebody had posted that they're excited they got one or whatever, and I'm like, they're kind of all over. I don't know how. They must not really be that super rare. So I don't know. But that was good, and I'll probably go do some more. I did manage to get on one day, and they were doing the fate was about to pop, so I hung out until the fate popped, and the fate is what the fate is. You just go interact with 10 different spots on the floor over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
So I do want to get back into. I'd like to get a group of 80s and go do some ocean fishing because I still don't have my mount there, but I haven't really been trying real hard. And then I did a little bit of leveling today. I did some fates and I did some Beast Tribe dailies. And I did get Dancer to 78. So that's my second to the last ranged physical DPS. I think I still have, Machinist left after that. And then I still have melee DPS to do. And then I did also do my triple triad tournament. I usually pick it up and then just come back in a week and claim my 1,000 gold saucer points. But I decided to do all of them, and I claimed my gold saucer points and my 2 card backs.
Oh, did you get something good?
No. Oh. I've got garbage. I can't believe those. Is it the platinum packs, right?
I don't have a table to flip near me.
I know, it's so stupid, Ruby. The Triple Triad tournament happens, every other week?
Uh-huh.
And they have not either modified the reward from it to keep up with anything anybody would want to do on purpose. Because you can buy those packs yourself, right? You can buy those packs. Why? They give you 2 of them for whatever. And then it was like a fucking Garuda card or something. I can't even remember. They were garbage.
They're always Shiva cards. They're always
something like that.
La Habrea cards.
It was La Habrea. It was.
It's fucking terrible shit every time. I don't understand why they just can't update those packs or just remove them. Make them something current. It's just, it's been lost. They don't think about it. I don't know.
Because they freshen other, like Deep Dungeon, or not Deep Dungeon, treasure maps. They freshen those lists. Retainer Ventures, they refresh those lists once in a while. They should refresh the list from these Triple Triad cards, and make it more possible to get something you want to actually have. So I was pretty irritated. And then I thought of you, so you could be irritated with me.
Thanks. Like I need the salt. I already had enough to go with.
Oh my goodness. But no, I think I had a pretty decent week. I didn't really play a ton. But what I did play, I feel like I got a lot done with all the Ishgardian restoration stuff. I'm certainly not on any top 100 list, but it's pretty easy. I also not kitted out on my gatherers, right? So I don't get like most of the buffs even. I probably could be like really bringing in materials faster if I would upgrade my gear. My crafter's not good enough. I've been doing like these second the lower level 80 craft. I could be doing the higher level lady craft, but like I said, I picked it to do this week because I didn't want to have to think too hard. And that was sufficient. So, all right, you can come and shoot the shit with us on the website. Go to www.gtffxiv.com. Let us know what you've been up to, or you can tweet us or email us or whatever. The first round is news. We of course have new optional items are available.
Always.
These are just the Little Ladies Day stuff from last year, right? The flower crown.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So.
Yep. Yeah. Little Ladies Day. Yeah. Is that the one we're just having? God, these events are so like back to back that I always am just like, which one is it? And the Little Ladies Day was such a nothing burger to me that it's like these things get so forgettable. I don't know. Maybe it's everything else that's going on in the world, but it feels like this event was 1,000,000 years ago, and it's like, is it still ongoing? I don't know. It may have just ended.
Yeah, I think I had seen something about a different day. I don't know if they were going to roll out a different day. It might have been a fever dream.
Oh, through the 16th. So it just ended this Monday. So
yeah, this one just ended. And I did do it. I think I did it right away.
Oh, it did have one of those nice, like, you can go to the counter and see different, different people come in, kind of like the Christmas one, different people come in. And it was still with, like, the orphanage-y kind of, it's not an orphanage, it's like a care center for the kids.
It was the sick kids up at the Alchemist
Sick Kids
Guild.
Ward.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was not too bad. I do notice that they did picture a Viera and a Rothgar in the flower crowns just to show that they can wear them.
They got to do the best they can because, oh my God, that's the other post that's every day on the official forums, and rightfully so to some degree. I mean, come on, it's been a little bit now. We're gonna come up on a year before terribly long on Shadowbringers, and yeah,
it'd be nice to hear at least an update that they are slowly but surely working on it. I kind of miss any sort of
roll out one of those road maps.
Oh my God, they haven't road mapped us for 5 years or 6 years.
They don't know where they're going,
right? But I mean, seriously, when was the last time they rolled?
I don't know. Last thing I remember are arrows. This is how you can move from world to world when we combine the servers. I did hear recently that people are begging them to put Chaos and Light back together. That queue times are terrible. Like, you can't get anything accomplished. Like, bring Light and Chaos back together because peak times it still takes forever to get into content. I saw some raiders talk about this because they want to help people. I don't know if people on the ground like you and me, Yelta, if we have that same issue, but those that are up there that are clearing big shit, they're complaining about it. Maybe so. I don't know. I don't play on a European server. If you have a European server comment, please contact us. We'd love to hear your opinion.
Yeah, I would be curious because I know, like, especially like DPS have garbage queue times a lot of times and stuff like that, but I don't know how server central, data center central it is. Some data centers really do have even worse. I don't know. All right. What do we got? We have Echoes of a Fallen Star site update. What did they add to this bad boy? Probably just Ishgard restoration.
Dots.
It's just the Ishgard restoration stuff. Yeah. These sites always take so long to open for me.
They've got a lot of media
shit going on.
A lot of shit going on here. Yeah, but cool. It's a nice site. It's got all the nice media and pictures. You don't have to go to their media site. They always there's a Square Enix media site. If you're not aware, you can get web assets and things of that nature, but you got to scroll through a bunch of shit, and you got to pick which game, because there's other Square Enix games than Final Fantasy, right? But it's nice that it's got this stuff so you can see all the assets. Here's Big Lip, dark goth girl with her hammer, and my dad, Ramu.
Your dad?
Mm-hmm. I mean, Daddy. Sorry, Daddy.
Yeah, it looks like we got a lot of Ishgard restoration. Little green dots. The story they talk about is the Eden's Verse stuff. Did we talk about the Eden's Verse stuff?
We didn't go into any of like the spoilery stuff, but I
Mm.
think last week we talked enough about our
We
last
talked about the
episode
fights. Yeah.
about Reen and all that other stuff that I think it's pretty aware. I don't know that in Savage if there's anything that's like magically special in the last fight. It seems like people have been clearing it pretty regularly,
Mm-hmm.
and this honestly to me this patch has been more leading up to all the stuff we'll talk about in the notes with the Ishgardian restoration and more about like the ocean fishing and the crafting and gathering sort of stuff. The battle content is there. There was stuff, but it seems like it ended really fast. Like it's kind of already over in a sense. People are just beating the savage stuff so fast.
Yeah.
I can see people being bored quickly unless they are a crafter or gatherer in 5.1. 5.2, I mean 5.2.
Yeah, I also keep hearing that I keep hearing that this one's even worse to pug on Party Finder, but I feel like I hear that every time. So I don't
Yeah, I
really
wonder what
know.
fight that is. If that's
Yeah.
7, is that 6? That's bad to
I don't know.
pug it.
I keep hearing this whole one is. I don't know. No idea. Yep. All right. We have 2 developers' diaries. We have episode 2, Forging the First. I watched this video. You watched this video?
I'll watch you talk about this video. What happened?
It was pretty interesting. They talked about the creation of Norvent and a lot about like this, kind of like how the zones, how they imagined them and how they created them, and the specific issues they had. One of which being, how do you have a zone that's just light all the time? Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, I see. They looked like they went to the Middle East or somewhere, some
They
mountainous
had
areas.
business. Yeah, they had business over in like Saudi Arabia or something. And since they were over there, they went out and like took pictures of the desert. And some of those pictures, influences were used in, I don't remember what zone, Kaluza. Yeah. So
Where was it? Was it at FanFest or it was some video? Maybe it was for Shadowbringers that we had a video of them doing the making of, and they were showing rocks, right? They were showing all
and
these
clouds.
And the clouds.
Yeah. They're talking
Real
about
detail.
traveling places to see like special clouds and rock formations and stuff. I think that was at a fan fest. I don't remember for sure, but it was pretty interesting. I liked it. They talked a lot about the clouds, and like some of the zones have like they wanted to have like big, chunky, weighty clouds, and I really actually picked up on that. Honestly, I really there are a couple of zones, especially when it's still bright in them, that the sky isn't just white. It's filtered through these clouds, and they talked about the god rays and ways of using light that it still looked like it didn't just look the same all day long.
It was quite the dramatic effect to see the true day in Shadowbringers. Like the whole thing was bringing the night, right? And so yes, there's this reaction when you've brought night to the zone. But when you go to a zone, especially Ilmeg, to me, when you walk into Ilmeg, it's this misty white. Everything is super saturated, but it's like pastel-y in a way too. You just don't get a good feel for it. And I felt robbed in comparison with the pictures that were shown to us before Shadowbringers had launched. Everything was so bright and vibrant in those pictures, and yet this zone seemed washed out. But that's not the true zone. Once you bring the night and the true day without the overwhelming presence of light, it is a beautiful zone. And every zone changes. I felt Ilmeg was one that dramatically changed for its daytime. I think that's probably one of the zones they're probably talking about with the clouds. Maybe I saw some pictures of clouds in the background of that one. Ilmeg's just a beautiful zone in general.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, there's some zones that are beautiful. There are some that are not as beautiful, but yeah, the video was interesting to watch and see how they kind of came upon their design and stuff. The other one was episode 3, Shaping the Styles. This is more about races, gear sets, character redesigns, and Shadowbringers. They talked a lot about gear and designing gear for different jobs, and how they, went through, not just gear for the players, gear for like Y'shtola and Urianger, and how they, design those a little bit differently because they don't have to make it fit every class and race. They just, have to make it look good. So it was cool. It was interesting to see. There was a lot of sketches and, all the different ideas for, White Mage, the White Mage AF, and how they, got it kind of whittled down because they took all the pictures and took them to the desks, and they let people who play White Mage pick their favorite ones, that kind of thing. So it was really neat.
I'm scrolling through. This is interesting. Yeah. I'm just looking at this lady talk about, it looks like a lot about Y'shtola's gear.
Mm-hmm.
Quite a bit there, and it's beautiful. You can see, I don't know. She just gives me that vibe of a designer, because I'm looking at her desk, and all the stuff on her desk is like lace. Like even where you put your file folders and stuff, it's this white lacy design that's on it. And I was like, oh, you're very designy. I don't know. That's my stereotype in my mind of how I see a designer. She fits it. It's great though. She's fantastic. This is so beautiful. A lot of good stuff here.
Well, she talked a lot about how she was told, I think it's her, was told that Y'shtola was going to be in the opening cutscene, or was going to be in the trailer, and how it had to be really dramatic and obvious that she had changed jobs, that she was a black mage now. And so that was a lot to do with what her outfit turned out to be. So no, these are fun and interesting, and they're not super long. But they give you kind of an inside look of what the developers do to make this game that we all play so much and love. All right, patch 5.21 notes. We have notes. We're not going to go nuts reading them straight out, but there is side story quests for Ishgard Restoration. Starts in the Firmament. Any class or job level 60.
These any good?
They're building housing, yo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look out.
They specifically talk about this was a residential area and blah, 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 blah. So there's the quests and there's side quests. I don't know.
How far along are you? I don't even know how far along we are. I know there's websites and other stuff that we can see that are, because we got the two things on the lodestone now. I think I have those a little deeper down on the notes. I think that's what the Builder's Progress Report webpage is for.
I gotcha. Excalibur has 2 hammers, construction progress. There's an 11 by it, and it says St. Rail's Dias first stage works pending.
So we're doing pretty good.
Yeah, we're about to push through there. 11 seems to be the highest.
We are the highest on Primal. Crystal,
15 is Cactor, Jesus Christ.
Well,
third stage, yeah.
I was gonna say for Crystal, like they got a lot of crafters over there. I think on the Crystal data center. True. Very nice.
Yeah, some Behemoth is on the Matic 4th stage. I don't even know what phase I was in. I don't know if people are having the same problems they were having before. In fact, the quest starts out with this apology, honestly, that they didn't know it was going to be such a problem.
They never know that things are going to be a problem before it becomes a problem.
Yeah, Balmung is on the 3rd stage. So, yeah, I don't really know. There's and the zone is changing a little bit. It is one of those things again though that, if you don't go and do it, you're going to miss it. You'll never see what it looked like yesterday ever.
It looked like shit.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying in general, you can have missed seeing, what it looked like before it happened.
True. Like the drama of seeing Idleshire change or Mordona evolve.
Even if you don't go craft or gather, it might be kind of fun to just go. You don't even have to do the content, I don't think, to do the quest. So you can just go in and do the quest. And honestly, then you go and zone in again, and it like just auto went to a cutscene later. So, if you're curious at all, go check it out. And it is pretty obvious this is going to be the housing zone, so. All right. Housing. They've added quite a few furnishings, honestly. Some of them are in this picture here. Many of them are Moogle-related. Apparently, quite a bit of Moogle-related stuff in those scratch-off tickets in Ishgard. Yeah, yeah. They added new triple triad cards. I don't know what they are. I have to go look. It says a new emote's been added. That's only one. That one's bread. They added a couple more. Bread. It's pretty cute.
Everybody's on the bread train.
I eat the bread. And then the hairstyle. I haven't bought that yet. I don't usually do short hair, but I like to own all the things, so it is a pretty cute hairstyle, honestly. All right, you now get Echo and Eden's Gate. Oh, we're in battle system, by the way. You now get Echo and Eden's Gate. The Chocobos in the quest Uninvited. This is old.
It's so old.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you'll never experience the massacre of 4.0's launch by getting destroyed by meteors. Chocobo meteors.
I didn't get destroyed by meteors. I was one of the few people who apparently didn't have any trouble with this.
Well, if you don't stand in orange circles, it's fine.
I'm a super duper player.
I think at the time there was, other than your superhuman abilities, the lag of the servers and everybody being on there at the same time. There were so many people spawning the chocobos at the same time because it's one of those quests that are like, you know, like you can roll up on somebody fighting something, you can join them and kill it, and then you pop yours and they help you fight it too. Hopefully they don't fly off like a dumb fuck. But it was just everybody was popping their shit at the same time. Well, it looked like Orban, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I may have just done it when there was, like, a lull, is all I can think of. The next change, I think, is very sad. They nerfed the Thunder God.
No.
They nerfed him, apparently. Which is funny, because before this patch, I had done Orban probably twice that previous week, and it went fine.
I'm sure it does, and I'm sure this was probably not as necessary, but is this one of those things that they did it because people purposefully don't go into this fight, and so they make it easier so people don't fuck around as much?
We might have a wipe where it might go slow so people take off their clothes and do... I'm so fucking sick of Labyrinth of the Ancients.
Or it's a preparation of something that's coming, like, you know, maybe they're going to allow us to do something.
They're going to throw us in here for our relics.
Yep.
That's the other theory. So they did, the specific changes were all during that fight. The damage dealt with Shadowblade Dome's overlap has been reduced. The duration of the bleeding debuff applied by that has been reduced. The damage dealt when too few players are standing on the Duskblade circles has been reduced. The potency of the burst attack used by the Ice Wolves has been reduced. I didn't even remember it did a burst attack.
No.
The effect of the vulnerability up debuff has been weakened. So they just kind of shaved some of the difficulty off, I guess. I still like, though, on Labyrinth and the Ancients, where you could still just fucking die horribly if you're not on your spot. I like that they still kill your ass. I like it. I think you should be one shot because you weren't in the right spot. I get one shot often because I don't pay attention, but they added new items. They added new recipes. They did list all the items. This looks like mostly like Kupo Crown, Kupo Cap, Craftsman Apron. It's all the stuff from the Skybuilder stuff. Oh, and you haven't done any of the Skybuilder stuff?
Only the first, when it came through in patch 5.1 or whatever it was.
So, if you go to the diadem... Excuse me, I'll try not to die.
You do that.
Yeah, so if you go to the diadem... You, go and gather at these nodes, and there's really no aiming for much. It's, you either have your, botany node or your other node. The real aiming is when you charge up your thing and shoot the beasts that drop what you want. But all these items stack really high, but you get tons of them, because it's not like you can just, go hit the nodes that drop the, crystal clear water or whatever. Then you have all piles and piles of this stuff, because I, go gather up, a stack of 300 of the stuff I want. Then you go into Ishgard, and they go to the firmament, and you talk to the dude, and you have to get him to put his stamp on it, right? So you get the stamp of whateverness. Now, mind you, it only does it in like stacks of 10 or something. So if you have like 2 left over, now that's two inventory spots. And then every craft I do takes 10 of those stamped items. So it is like an inventory fucking nightmare. Luckily, I run with almost nothing in my inventory. Excuse me. So you aim for the stuff you want to craft up the things you need. You cannot sell the unstamped items. But so I do try to sell on the market boards the stamped items that I don't need. But it's an incredible. And then honestly, I just throw away shit that I don't use. If it's not selling for much, or if I have like a partial stack, fuck it. I just throw it away.
Sounds tedious.
It's a little. I throw a lot of stuff away. I'm like, because it was like so easy to gather. So what's the point? If it's not selling for much, I'm not gonna hang on to it. So anyway, I'm just scrolling down the patch list of items, and there's just so many. All this grade 2 blah blah blah.
Well, and that's the next thing on the notes where it talks about the Kupo of Fortune and the stamps. And I'm just trying to look at this board and figure out, of course, I don't have any experience in it yet. And, I'm sure our listeners have all done it. So I'm not going to bore you with how to do it. But there's just so much going on here. And then to hear you say, like, trading this for that and holding these cards and this stamp on this item. And it seems like there's a better way they could have done this. But maybe the tedium is
actually pretty straightforward.
The Kupo stamps or the Kupo of Fortune?
The Kupo stamps and the Kupo of Fortune are both really, really straightforward.
Okay.
It took me a little while to figure it out, but how it works is every time I turn in an item to be appraised that I have crafted, I get a stamp. So I turn in 5 items, I get 5 stamps, I now have earned 1 card. You can only hold 10 cards. So you go talk to the NPC, and you have a scratch-off card that has 1 item on the left, 1 scratch-off spot on the left, 3 scratch-off spots on the right, and there's a possibility of 5 prizes. The prizes are all listed on your card. Now, this one on the left doesn't let you win the first prize or the 5th prize, which is the best and the worst prize. Okay. It lets you get any of the 3 in the middle. So that's the safe one, right? Mm-hmm. You'll get something. It's just not the number 1 prize, but it's still not the booby prize. Now on the right hand is 3 circles. They might all have the little wolf icon, and you might get just like sparklers or whatever.
Great.
Right? So there's like a booby prize. And some of the cards are almost unfair. There's nothing on it but wolves. So even if it lists, you
get to see all the slots afterward?
Afterwards, you get to see all the slots.
Oh, wow.
You get to see that you clicked the one. What happened to me earlier was I was going to click the top one. I'm like, because I was going around each card. I was like, I'll do the left one, the right one, the top one, the left one, whatever. So then I was going to do it's time for the top one. And I'm like, nah, let's go crazy and do the bottom one. And the top one was the Dommel. The one I was going to do was the Dommel whistle. Wow. And I'm like, fuck. So anyway, yeah, so you have to turn in a lot of shit, I think, to get a lot of stuff. But I think all of it's market boardable.
Okay.
So I think what's going to happen
That's good.
I think all of it is. I'm not positive. Maybe the Kupo coffer isn't. The Dommel whistle, I think, was. I think the minions all are. So I think what's going to happen is people are going to have double. I already had a blue umbrella, so when I got another blue umbrella, I put it up on the market board. And they were only 20,000 at that point.
Oh.
Yeah, so people are going to turn this stuff in. They're going to have a ton of rewards. I was feeling bad because somebody sent me the blue umbrella as a welcome back gift. And I'm like, oh, no, you shouldn't have. And, whatever. And then I'm like, oh. Well, it's not super rare, so I'm like, it's not like somebody like chose not to sell something that was worth $1 million gil. I'm still very, very thankful to get the gift, But I was worried it was like extravagant. But I'd been out a week, so I didn't know. But it turns out it's not super rare. So, but the Moogle scratch offs are kind of, they're just kind of a nice byproduct because really, there's just kind of two loot lists. Then one you can buy for sure if you have the script, and then there's you gamble for it, or you can buy it probably with Gil later. And one of the emotes is in there. I think two. I got two. Oh, I also got 2 pieces of music today from that. So, it's not really that hard, and if you once you do it a few times, you'll understand what the hell it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, you can do Ishgard Restoration. They talk about Kupo Fortune. So yeah, so these top 2 in this picture, those 2 will give you a stamp. Nothing below that it looks like it'll give you a stamp. And they've already got yeah, so by turning each one of those in, you get a stamp. All right. And then yeah, on this one, how to play it. If they scratched off the one on the left, they just wouldn't have a chance at those 10 materia but you can't get the griffin either.
Right.
So it'll be one of those 3 things.
Cute card.
It's actually pretty clear. In fact, I really kind of appreciated they actually put the percentages in there too. You're like, okay, how do I want to gamble?
Well, fuck, they do that for crafting now. I mean, they might as well do it for the cards.
Yeah.
All right, so next thing here's the shit with the laser shooting. I see the actual gathering stuff. Mm-hmm. Oh, you can go in as a party? Okay, so like old school Diadem.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any reason to go in as a party, but yeah. So this is what I was talking about. You go in, you just gather. Nothing aggroes you, so there's no reason to even stealth. There's tons and tons of gathering points. I have not fished in there yet, however. I think there's like, there are, okay, so let's see if they talk about in here. The compressed aether, okay, so the aether cannon, the auger, that thing is probably about the only fun thing in there. You can go, charge up to get, 5 blasts and then just run around and, there are some lower islands, more in the middle, where there's 5 of each kind of mob in there, so you can go in there if you just really want to, get one of the mobs kind of drops. You just go in there and kill all 5 of those and then go back up and gather some more. At least that's how I've been doing it. Mm. And then I don't think to talk about it in here, but I don't see it. There is weather in there. There's, I think, 4 or something different weather. One's lightning and one's fire and one's earth. I think it's random. I think every time the weather's about to change, it rolls the dice. In fact, you can get the same weather twice in a row. And that's when there are special spots to gather things for the highest craftable stuff. I've just been selling them.
There are some extra type events, I guess you could say. So the weather events happen and you can get some extra stuff. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, and then I think the fishing, there's special weather-related fishing holes too, and where you can get a chance at getting special fish for that weather. I think when you descent the fish, that's when you actually get materials. I have not done it as Fisher yet, though I could be lying. But then the item inspection I was telling you, you get the stamp of, they inspect it and you give them the stamp. So on this one they've got 25 mithrite or whatever. They put the stamp on them, but only 20 of them. That last 5 just stays in your inventory. And then you do also get script from this part too. So you just gathering, you can get script. People are making some pretty good money actually, just gathering and selling the post-inspected items. All right. They've added resource requirement subcommand to the crafting log. I haven't really used this. I can't really talk about it.
That's okay.
All right. You can get skyward points from submitting or inspecting items. Rankings have been added. There's some sort of ranking. I think tonight the first ranking period I think ends tonight.
Okay. I mean I've seen some free company names, and I don't know if it's the same one because
Brock is still on the list, guys.
He's still on the list. Okay, we got free company friends because you can go to the Lodestone and you can look at the Skyward rankings and such, and we've seen some familiar names on the list. So kudos. I do enjoy also that we've got these 16-bit sprites of all of the
I know, right? All the crafters and
all the
gatherers.
crafters and gatherers.
So
Yeah, it's
cute.
beautiful.
It's so cute. So yeah, did you open that Ishgardian ranking tab?
Let me go back to it. Let me see here. Because I do want to see where our friends are at on the list.
Brock
So
is
here we
number
go.
18.
Holy smokes.
Yep.
That's big
Yep.
shit.
I think
Go
he's
Brock.
been in there a lot. Try to see if there's any other names I know.
We definitely had more than one free company member at one time on here.
Earlier.
It was it's things change quickly, it seems, on here.
I think some people were suggesting that some people were holding items to turn in tonight before the count.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what I've
Sneaky.
heard. Yeah, that's what the theories were.
Crafty.
Crafty.
No, I don't recognize any of these people.
Yeah, I don't
Get off
either,
my server.
unfortunately. Get off my server. Oh. All right. They added these expert recipes now for crafters. I've heard they're a pain in the ass. I don't know.
Oh yes, I've seen the official forum post that's chiding
Oh, yeah?
Square Enix for making such a difficult. I don't understand why my craftsmanship has to be so high. This is ridiculous. I think it's exactly what Yoshida told you it was going to be. Not for once, but the man actually put his money where his mouth was on this one. I mean, if things are that difficult and you actually have to look at the screen, you can't click your 3 little macros in a row to get something to work. You have to pay attention to the numbers. You actually have to have the gear. And in the same post I was reading, it wasn't that you had to have completely maxed out gear. You could get there with a couple of potions and your free company buff and some other things. It'd be maybe triple melded on your gear to some degree for some of it. Don't quote me on that, but it's not quite as bad. But at the same time, there are requirements. It's end game. It's end game crafting. You should have to hit the requirements to make it. If that means eating the best food possible, if that means wearing the best gear that you can possibly afford, if that means having a buff put on or having to drink a medicine to do it, by God, if you want it, do it.
Well, and I also appreciate that still to get I can avoid those expert recipes because I don't have good gear and I'm not a good crafter, but I can still slowly but steadily get I can still earn script and I can still earn the Kupo stamps using the lower one. Excuse me. So the level 81, that's not the expert recipe. I just am not going to shoot up that board, I think. Right? And I'm going to get stuff more slowly. But I do appreciate, I was worried I'd be locked out of like grinding towards, emotes and mounts and stuff. But I was not. So I appreciate that. It is interesting. This sounded interesting too about crafting the expert recipes. The condition will not change to excellent or poor. However, in addition to normal and good, you might also get centered, which increases action success rate by 25%. Sturdy reduces loss of durability by 50%, and you cannot stack it with waste not 2. Or pliant reduces CP cost by 50%. I don't know how you use those conditions, but I'm assuming crafters do. Good crafters do. So that I thought was interesting that just for these expert ones, you're gonna have a chance of, it changes. I thought that was neat.
I have seen the meme when some ability doesn't work when you're centered. I think it was, what's the one that gives you like double or triple? Oh, I haven't crafted in so long. Yelta, it's a red symbol and it makes you do like a massive amount of progress, but that's only if you get it. It's got a very low chance. So apparently, with sturdy, it gets a little better, or centered, it gets a little better chance. But there was some memes going around about centered and still can't pull one of your moves off. So it's real, but there's memes, so it must be popular enough that people are memeing it. It's good. It's bringing the community together, and at least since this shoe has dropped, there has been a lot of buzz about it. It's been mainly positive, what I've read. Of course, there's those outliers that say, things seem tedious or this is boring. But I've read the same thing about the ocean fishing
Yeah.
and other things too. So there's stuff that you might not enjoy, and they may be things that they can fix or streamline. But it seems to me like a lot of people are enjoying this.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's it's I think it's what the crafters and gatherers probably need. I know that people are using this to level up too. It sounds like it's pretty damn fast for gathering. Somebody said it started to slow down around 80 or something. Well, that and so I'm using some crafted gear, older stuff, even gathering. I'm pulling materia out of it like crazy. This is a good place to spirit bind if you want to. So we all should have materia coming out of our ears as well. All right, previous steps of the Ishgard restoration. You can see that now on the board in the firmament under past progress. Information on the Ishgard restoration is now displayed in the duty list when you're in the pillars, foundation, or the firmament. Which one's the duty list?
Duty list. I forget which one that one is.
I don't know. All I can think of is recommendations, but anyway, new Skybuilder script items are available for exchange from Eni in the firmament, and certain gathering spots are no longer available. It's those ones that were added in patch 5.11 for the Ishgardian restoration.
You don't need them anymore.
No,
the other bitching I heard was people were trying to hoard this shit before it happened. I saw one about
people are
hoarding
still
it.
talking about hoarding stuff for next week or next month or next whatever,
Get
and I'm
fucked. Hope it gets moldy like those fucking Halloween cookies.
I still have one of those 1.0.
I mean, that's fair. I got eggs from the
Moldy
1.0
cookies.
event still. The colored, the
Archean
voided
eggs.
oods or something. Yeah, the Archon eggs. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they look the same as the ood model. But yeah, that's the one. And I ain't giving that shit up. But yeah, hoarding for this stuff. Get fucked. Whatever. Nice strat.
I try to run pretty clean inventories. I don't hang on to stuff, so I don't know. All right, miscellaneous parasols have been added. Do you have a parasol yet?
I do not.
It's
Apparently they're 20K. You said, so I'll just go buy.
It's an item you use. It seems to be, and then there's on your actions list or whatever. I don't know. You can drag it to your bar and hold your parasol. I don't know who thought we needed parasols, but they're in the game now. Some new mounts have been added. I have a couple of the new ones, and they're both adorable. Honestly, this the sheep, the Karkul, is quite adorable as a Lalafell. They added new chocobo barding. That's the machinist barding. New minions. It's all of this stuff we already talked about. Let's talk a little bit about the new dyes. You had something to say.
Love it. They're all beautiful, mainly because they're so vibrant. These are the colors we have been asking for. Ruby red. I thought Dalamud red was good. Holy shit. Ruby red is beautiful. It pops. It's brighter. It's the same for all of these.
It's aggressive. It is an aggressive red.
It is an aggressive red. But if you're that red mage that's been trying to match gear, if you've been trying to get shit to work, and it's like, yeah, I guess Dalamud red is the only red that works. Every once in a while I'll pull off a wine red because it's got that little magenta kind of tint to it or something, and I'll pull it off. But I always had struggled with reds in this game, and Dalamud red was the one red that was good. But when you put ruby red next to it, by God, ruby red pops. It is just bright, and it makes you just go, it's the meme. It's like, I'm the dude looking at the other girl walking down the street. Ruby red is here, and Dalamud red is behind me. It's beautiful. Cherry pink, it's super pink. Canary yellow is yellow. Vanilla is vanilla. Dragoon blue is beautiful. What a bright blue it is. Turquoise is it's nice. They show the picture here of some of those. Gunmetal black is a shiny black. So the next three are the metallic colors: gunmetal, pearl, and metallic brass. First, gunmetal black, beautiful. It's a shiny black. I do find that you can find this examples in other gear, especially like that tank PvP one I was talking about at the beginning of
Yeah.
the podcast. That one's already in a gunmetal black if you want to see what that's like. But it's shiny black. It's nice. Pearl white is a beautiful white. It's almost like that shimmering white mage look. You know, we've had a few outfits that are this pearlescent shimmering white.
It looks like the base color of the wedding dresses to me.
Yes, it's so beautiful. It's a great color, and every time I get a healer gear, I try it on there to see what that, and it looks good on almost every gear that I've previewed it on. Last but certainly not least, oh Yoshida, I could kiss your beautiful lips for this one. Metallic brass. Metallic brass is the gold dye we've been asking for since dyes launched, since metallic dyes launched. Metallic brass is that beautiful gold color that is not what the metallic gold color is, nor metallic yellow. The metallic gold is this dark, it's ugly. I don't know how to describe it. It's more like brass than this would be brass.
It's like fake gold furniture.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's like just it's bad fake gold that has like tarnished or something. It's just ugly. I can't even describe how ugly it is. This is the gold we have been searching for. This gold pops. It looks like gold. It's bright. It's beautiful. I think the biggest thing, if I haven't said the word enough, is bright. All of these are vibrant colors, and they all look good. Not a one of them is a dud. My only drawback to any of this, they didn't bust out a new green. Although we do have a lot of greens, I know what you'll say next, but we have a ton of greens already, and maybe it would be difficult to squeeze in a different green because green has a pretty wide palette. There is another color that they didn't add. Yelta, will you tell us what that color is?
I was wondering if you were going to notice. There's no fucking new purple.
No.
We need a
no new
purple for Yelta. We need a Yelta purple.
That's right. That's right.
Give
So
us
I
another
have
purple.
not bought or my retain. Where did these come from? Do they even
come from
Ishgard?
Ishgard Restoration.
So
buy
you
them
have
with
to do the
script.
restoration.
Mm-hmm. They're 500 script each, and I think they're sellable.
They definitely are sellable because people are trying to sell like the gold dye and stuff for 200K a pop. I ain't buying it unless I find something like I really, really, really want, and I'm sure I'll get to restoration before then. But it's good shit, and I'm glad they did this. To me, it was somewhat unexpected. I think they had talked about this in some interviews or something leading up to this. But I'm very pleased. I think one of the things that I am over the moon about in this patch is the new dyes. It's great.
Very good. All right, there were a couple of easy things in system. New achievement titles have been added. The achievement Mapping the Realm. The diadem is available once more, and they've given us text commands for bread, read, and insist. There's some resolved issues, probably nothing none of us ever ran into. There are some known issues. Apparently, sometimes in Ishgard Restoration, certain crafters' primary tools are displayed incorrectly during the concerted works. And there's an issue in the diadem where it's not possible to cast at certain fishing locations. The bread used in Eat Bread emote is sometimes incorrectly displayed. Parasol doesn't always prevent the wet effect from being applied to weapons when it's rained. This is important stuff, guy. All right. Doesn't matter. All right. I think we scrolled through all these new items. New craftable stuff. This all Ishgard Restoration, guys.
God, read this on your own.
I know, right?
Listen.
Or don't. I tell people to read the fucking patch notes, but you probably don't have to read every fucking item. I don't know. Okay. So, if you haven't done Ishgard Restoration, try it out. If you have done it, let us know what you think about it, because I'm curious. I don't think it's like the most intriguing, deep, interesting stuff ever, especially the Gathering. I find really, really boring, but it is something I can watch, like, excuse me, I can watch anime in the other window or something.
True. I've been trying to watch some Netflix, and my guilty passion this week has been Love Is Blind, which is a reality show about they put these people in pods and then they get engaged and then they see each other for the first time and then it all goes to hell. So that's my guilty pleasure. I'm only halfway through, so I might have to do some crafting this weekend while I finish that up.
Yeah, today I was watching Princess Jellyfish on Funimation. I've watched it before and I enjoy it. So I was gathering and watching otaku girls being embarrassed at cross-dressing males. So it's good. All right, Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers EP available for download. This has five tracks, and you can get it on Amazon Music. The tracks are Twice Stricken. I don't know what is that from?
Are we talking about the music now?
Yeah.
Oh, I got this. I got this, baby.
Cover me.
I can tell all about this. Well, let me click on this link so I can go all through the songs here. So we got the Shadowbringers EP. Now we before I go into the tracks, we discussed this a little bit earlier. How Shadowbringers album, this OST. So take a journey with me into the past where we go through the albums because I own every single one of these. Right? I'm a music buff, a video game music buff. Talk to me. Listen, if you want to have a side conversation about video game music, I will have video game music conversation with you all day long if you want to message me. But in Final Fantasy XIV, way back when we had 1.0 soundtrack cut and dry, 2.0 soundtrack. Then we had Before the Fall, which kind of took I think it was 2.3 through 2.5. Okay, that makes sense. You got 2 albums in an expansion. Heaven's Word did the same thing. Pretty logical. But then we got Stormblood. And Stormblood came out, and we had all the music, and they managed to get this out and squeezed in, I think, 5.1, maybe 5.2 into it. Let me see how far we got. Yeah, because Wayward Daughter's on it. So they got that pretty far, I think, into 5.2 without having to... was the Wayward Daughter? That's maybe 5.3, actually.
Yeah.
But then they busted out the Stormblood EP, which was the tracks, but it wasn't all of them, that we got kind of near the tail end. There was a couple missing, some dungeons were missing, but there was just remixes of older music to make these dungeons, so it wasn't the biggest deal, but it was is this all we're getting? And then Shadowbringers comes out. Shadowbringers OST.
Yeah.
What did you say?
I was going to say, this is the weirdest mix of 5 songs. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So, Shadowbringers OST, and we're almost there, Yelta, I promise. So, it starts with A Land Long Dead, which is The Burn. That's one of those tracks I was talking about from the other deal, from the EP. But you go through really until track, holy smokes here, I'm scrolling down fast. Until you get into it's in 37. Track 37 is Shadowbringers. So you really have half of an album, 88 songs on this album, starts with 37. You've got 36 songs that are from a different expansion. And yeah, I got all the music, it's great, but it just seems weird to have to go 37 tracks before you hear the actual Shadowbringers theme and go to the end. Well, that goes all the way into Landslide, which is the new Titan music, when you're doing Eden Titan. Yeah. And now we have the Shadowbringers EP, which, well, we're up to speed, is 5 songs. Twice Stricken, and I hope these are in the correct order. Sometimes they're not.
Well, it looks like Twice Stricken's the first song, and that sounds from the preview on Amazon to be the Eden
yeah,
model,
so
right?
Okay, good. There has been times where they label them and then they come out in a different order that it is, and the ones I have Japanese names, the one I've got. So, Twice Stricken, E5, Primal Angel, E6, Return to Oblivion, if you can't guess, E8. Floundering in the Depths is our new dungeon music for the 5.2 dungeon, and then Hopple's Dropple is your furry friends.
That's the new Beast Tribe song.
New Beast Tribe.
Yeah.
And that's what we got. I don't think that's everything. But again, maybe they're going this route where they pump us a few things and then they're working on the other album, so this keeps us just kind of in chill mode until something that encompasses, I guess, 5.2 through 5.5, which maybe gets us back on track. That might get us right back on track. And I'd be okay with that. They get longer every time, and I think Soken has also been like, it's hard to squeeze all this shit on one album. And I feel you, Soken, but I still love you. It's great. There's so many 14 albums out there. Let me see how many I got. And I think I've got a few that were from the 1.0 days, because 1.0 had like the battle tracks, and then they had one that was field tracks. Those were two separate albums, and then they actually had the 1.0 album. So there's some there, and I don't have it on this drive. And then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 18 albums, maybe 20 total. There's a lot of 14 music, a lot, and that's including primals, orchestral arrangements, the Journeys album. There's just a lot of shit out there. I'm not surprised that Soken is in the Guinness Book of World Records for this.
The man is a machine. All right. I might pick this up anyway, just because I have that.
Amazon Music. It's good to have.
Yeah, it's $5. So, all right, the Unending Journey to the Wolves Den live stream adventures with the community team
is canceled. So you might as well not even talk about this one. I think this one
canceled. Oh no, was it?
Yeah, this one would have aired today, but there was an announcement about this one canceling. Look, we're in COVID-19 world at the moment. You know, hopefully, as you listen to this, we're coming out of it. We'll see how things go, but it depends on country by country and how people are doing things. But you know, gathering in groups of X number or more has been discouraged. Let me see if I can find, because this was a tweet. I was gonna see what the announcement was specifically, if it said because of COVID, or if it said it was just canceled at this time. But regardless, I think...
Oh, yeah, we're sorry to announce that we have to cancel today's stream, blah, blah, blah. We apologize for the inconvenience and look forward to seeing you in the next stream.
Okay, so it doesn't necessarily say that, but... You know, we're people are taking precautions, so I'm not surprised if things are precautionary for other reasons. That and Animal Crossing's coming out. Maybe they're all playing that.
My Animal Crossing is coming tomorrow, man. I'm trying to hold off from just like getting a digital version right now. You know, I already bought the other one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we are sorely debating that in this house. What to do.
Mm-hmm. No, Animal Crossing. Do it. Be my friend, and we'll visit each other.
You mean be Cinna's friend, because Cinna, I think,
does
is
Cinna
going
like
to...
Animal Crossing?
She likes a game that her best friend from Massachusetts and that her sisters are all playing, and everybody on her Twitter feed is playing. I think that's kind of the draw. We both had the 3DS one, but man, I was just always so bad about checking my town that everybody would just move out or hate me or something. And I need that stress in my life, right? I already avoid people out here. I need to come back in here. Where the fuck were you, Mr. Mayor? Like, I don't need this shit.
Oh, yeah, looks like the friend codes are coming out on our Discord right now.
Oh, boy.
I have to go find my
Better wrap
code.
this shit up, Yelta.
I know, right? All right, the next one was Ishgardian Restoration Skybuilder Rankings ending Thursday, March 19th. We already covered that. So let's move on to What's on Tap, Developers Blog and Tracker. We have one called Flowers in Her Hair. This is talking a little bit about... Oh, it's an event.
It's a little Ladies' Day shit.
Day event period. Oh, it's over. Y'all, it's over.
Way over.
Way over. Hope you got your hair.
This was just a fucking showcase so you could see that, you know, Rothgars could use monocles and stuff.
Yeah. I hope that everybody found the NPC selling the stage and the banners. Some people were like, is that it? And I'm like, excuse me. I was like, I think the posters showed a couple other things. So they went
I
for
never
sale.
did buy this. I didn't look for it. I didn't even try. Yeah.
I picked one. I might have picked... I have a bad habit of picking up two of everything. I don't know why. So sometimes occasionally like somebody will like miss the event, come back and be like, oh, I wanted the poster or whatever. And I'll be like, I'll put it in my house and make you available to pick stuff up in my house, and then you can have it. So, yeah, take a look. So in fact, that's what I did, I think, last year. One of the things, Raven had missed something last year, and I just popped it down in my house, and she was able to pick it up. And then on the 3rd, we had Aetherite Attuned PAX East 2020. They have some pictures of the booth and some of the giveaways, some of the swag. Oh, yeah. Everybody's looking good over there. Final Fantasy XIV freetrial.com scarves. And, oh, that art's pretty cute. What is that art? Some nice Final Fantasy XIV art with a lot of characters. Looks like we got some cosplayers holding them up and showing us. And then we have a photo op with Shadowbringers props and Namazu. They got some cutouts of, let's see, the Crystal Exarch and what's his name? Brain. I think I'm fading. I'm fading, guys.
Hold on, I'm scrolling to the picture. Here I come. I'm gonna come rescue you. We've got Mr. Sexy Pants here. Well, now you made me do it, and I'm not even fading.
It's Grandpa. The fuck's Hades? Emmett Selk.
Hey, Emmett Selk.
Oh,
all these thirsty gamers are like, how dare you disrespect my husbando, Emmett Selk.
It looks like a nice backdrop there of the Crystarium crystal. That's cute. And then we have like a staff, and we got a sword, and we got a gun blade, some props you can take pictures with, and a big old Namazu. Nice, cute group picture here of some people. Cute Namazu. Oh, we have some people in robes. It's a cosplay most people can pull off. We have big black robes and white masks. Pretty nice cosplays here.
Yeah, very cool stuff.
Yeah. It looks like they had a ruby weapon battle challenge. I heard some butthurtness, honestly, to have a little salt. Yeah. There were some people, and I've been there and I've seen that, but people coming in to do these challenges, and it's like 6 people who know each other go in, 2 people who have never touched the game before also end up in their party, and they can't win it because the people who don't know how to push buttons in this game drag them down.
And those 2 people had fun, and the 6 people are pissed because they didn't get their shirt.
Yeah, they didn't get their
Yeah, I've been there. The first time I did a PAX, and it was when the game launched, I pushed a girl out of her chair because she couldn't heal, and it took her spot. It was pretty evil of me. I sort of feel bad, but at the same time made for a funny story, so whatever.
Well, we did a lot of party finding. I remember when we were doing this, we did a lot of party finding, and we were like, do you main tank? What tank do you main? Have you done this before? I mean, we were having like interviews in line. So, I don't know.
It's real. When you're out there, it's real. I remember being mad at that the fan fest that we had to do the Kupo wheel, and we got like shirtless run for Good King Moggle or something, and I was just like,
did we get Odin?
I think we got something that was just fucking ridiculous with no armor.
No shirt.
Ugh.
All right. Some more good. Oh, they did the new player experience thing again, which I still think is a really cool idea. People get a free copy of the starter edition for PC to try it out. They did do the art live stream, which I have not watched. I'll try to watch before we talk next time. Some really good cosplays here.
Yeah, really excellent stuff.
Yeah. All right, so it looks like everybody had a good time. I know there was some sadness, right, that not everything happened at PAX that was supposed to be
Well,
PAX,
yeah, they had to cancel some stuff, and yeah, it's just, we were just on the tip of this COVID business.
Just the tip.
Yeah, just the tip. Don't take any more than that. And now, it's good. It's good that they took the precautions. That was necessary. They saw the writing on the wall. I would die for one of these scarves. I love these scarves. Those are great. I don't want it to say free trial though. I just want like black with just the
just like the meteor symbol.
Just the meteor logo at the end.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, that'd be so good. All right, I think that's it. I think, unless you have anything else, I think it's closing time.
Yes.
All right, it's closing time. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Just cough through the whole fucking thing.
You can find us at...
You read it this week.
I will read the closing time. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. You can find links to all of our episodes and blog posts on our website, GTFFXIV.com. While you're there, please leave us a comment. And if you'd like to join us, you can support us by donating through clicking the donate button. This is why I have you read it. I can't read this shit. You can find us on Twitter at GTFFXIV. Email us at gtfffxiv@gmail.com. And please rate us. Personal plugs. Ruby. Yes. You can find me on Twitter at Rubicon Vale. RubiconVale.
And you can find me on Twitter at Yelta Sumasu. YELTASUMASU.
Oh yeah, I gotta pick that up. I never learned to read. As always, thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.